We're now in alt season, and this alt season is going to be the biggest opportunity of our lives. In fact, it's a once in a generation opportunity. And we need to trade it correctly so that we make and keep life-changing returns. But the truth is that most people won't make and keep their life-changing returns. And that's because they won't be able to get their mind around the magnitude of this bull market. And because of that, they're going to sell too soon or hold the wrong tokens. So today I want to spend the show getting you into a new mindset. Let's get into a mindset that believes that this altcoin season can run beyond your expectations. The same mindset that the people that bought Bitcoin for $5 and believed that Bitcoin was going to go to $100,000. That's the mindset I want to get you in today. Today, this show is all about mindset. And then I'm also going to share with you my biggest investment secret, the investment secret that's made me the most money. And I think you guys need to know it because of the phase that we're going into in this bull market. And then I've got two revised price targets for two of my favorite coins, for Cardano and for Luna. You know that they've both recently hit my price target. I had a price target of $1 on Cardano, and I had a price target of $20 on Luna, and both those price targets were hit. So, big show today. I'm Crypto Man Run, and I'm here every day at 10 a.m. EST. And I'm going to be here in the bull market. I'm going to take you through the bull market, and I'm going to hopefully make you guys life-changing returns and make sure that you guys keep them. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Welcome to Crypto Banter. I think we are one of the fastest growing crypto channels in the world. We're certainly the fastest growing in terms of money, because this is the one channel that gives a lot back to you guys. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe, hit the bell button, because that bell button is going to tell you when we're coming to you guys live. And as I said yesterday, there's another reason to hit that bell button. In fact, the biggest reason in the world to hit that bell button. And that reason is because we're giving away the biggest giveaway ever done on crypto. Yeah, it's called the Banter Bags giveaway. How it works is very simple. We invest $10,000 into an ETH address. We then use that money to get the pre-market gems, the things that you can't generally get your hands onto, the stuff that we can get our hands onto because we're in the media. You know those pre-market allocations, the ones that do 100x? So we get those pre-market allocations and we give them to you. And we put them in the Banter bags. When we hit 250,000 subscribers, 3 lucky subscribers will share the Banter bag. So for you guys, it's so easy. If you want to get the Banter bags, smash the like, smash the subscribe, share the video, because that's when YouTube picks up that people are sharing the video. And when that happens, it shares the content and essentially just actually pumps our bags. So share this video like crazy, and maybe you can win in the biggest giveaway ever to happen in crypto. Really, this is going to be the biggest giveaway. I said it yesterday. I think that this giveaway is going to be $2 million. If I look at history and I look at all these tokens that are doing 100x, and I look at the allocations that I've already got, which I'm going to add to the Banter bags, well, it's going to be huge. And then tomorrow I've got an amazing treat for you guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to get you on a founder's call. So I have a call at the same time as the show. I have a call with a founder who wants to show me their project to see if we're going to invest. And so I'm going to get you guys on the call. I wonder if we should tell the founder. Fred, what do you think? Should we tell the founder? No, just broadcast it. Fred says we should just broadcast it. So we're going to get you on a founder's call, and you guys are going to hear the questions that I ask, what I'm asking, what I look for when I invest in a project. And then I'm going to ask you guys whether I should make the investment or not. And based on a poll, we'll get a YouTube poll going. Well, based on that poll, we'll decide whether we're going to make the investment. And if we do make the investment, we'll put some of the investment into the Banter bag. So yeah, it's going to be huge. Remember, all you need to do, like, subscribe, bell button, share. So easy for you guys. Everyone says, I'm looking at the comments here. You guys are saying, we all know there's no Fred. Funny enough, Fred's telling me there's breaking news. What's up? Oh, okay, there is breaking news. Fred says there's some breaking news. Fred, what is the breaking news? Let's have a look at what. Oh, wow, okay. Announcement from Grayscale. 5 new products have been added to the Grayscale lineup. You got, oh wow, BAT, Link, Decentraland, Filecoin, and LivePeer. Wow. Okay. Let's look at the prices. Let's see what's going on with those prices. I bet you when I open this, I'm going to get green candles, green dildos everywhere. Let's have a look. Basic attention token, of course, up 56%. Wow. Okay. Let's look at Filecoin. Let's have a look at what's going on with Filecoin. Up 32%. Market cap of 4.2 billion. The exciting part for me about this is that if Filecoin is valued at 4.2 billion, then for me, must be valued at anywhere near that. All right, so Grayscale launching new trusts. I don't think that this is a surprise. We remember when they registered these trusts, and I commented how surprised I was that they went with things like live peer. But I guess they're looking for legally strong projects. They should have done Cardano. Oh, and I see that they've done Link as well. Fred, how's Link doing? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Link. I think Link is cheap anyway. I said it to you guys anyway. We spoke about it the other day. To me, Link still very, very cheap. Still, I'd be adding Link to my portfolio at these levels. Up 10% at $30, market cap of $12 billion. Still cheap. I think Link still cheap at these prices. So that's the Grayscale news out of the way. What else? Oh, well. The market is looking a little bit scary, and that's because the biggest indicator, the one that I've been warning you guys about, which is the 10-year treasury yield, the money at which the US borrows money, the US government borrows money. Look at that green candle. They are worried. Today, Jerome Powell is going to speak, and what the market wants to hear is that they're going to keep interest rates low for long periods of time. I don't know how they can do that. I think we've entered this virtuous cycle where they have to keep adding stimulus, otherwise the economy is going to collapse. In fact, yesterday I saw a tweet from a friend of mine, Matti Greenspan, and in that tweet, he talks about how some Americans haven't been able to eat, some Americans haven't been paid because of the lockdowns, and you got the market at an all-time high. And so what people are doing is they're taking their stimulus checks and they're investing it into the market because they can make quick returns. And I think the government knows that. And that's actually what's keeping the economy alive. But the cracks are starting to show. You know, when the US Treasury can't borrow money anymore because people are saying, look, you've issued too much money. We're not going to give you money unless you grossly increase the interest rate. Then it starts to get a little bit scary. And so, yeah, big warning sign there. If this bond rate increases, a 10-year Treasury note increases, we could be in big trouble because the stock market may collapse. And then when the stock market collapses, I think crypto is going to go down with it. But that may be your last chance to really buy Bitcoin and to put your money into Bitcoin, because that's when I think that the real revolution is going to start. And we can see it. I mean, today in the US is basically National Stimulus Day. As of, when was it? An hour ago, Fred? An hour ago, yeah. As of an hour ago, all the stimulus checks started to get delivered. And we know what happens when the stimulus checks go to the market. In fact, we have some data for you guys. Let's look at the last time. Let's look at what happened when the stimulus checks happened. That's the spike of what happened in Coinbase accounts. This is what happened to Coinbase the last time. And not only that, let's look at what Vlad, the CEO of Robinhood, said the last time the stimulus checks happened. Freddie, are we going to get Vlad on the screen?
We saw an impact of people depositing their stimulus checks into Robinhood. We saw, deposits that were equal to or multiples of the stimulus amount.
Did that make you nervous, though, seeing people put stimulus checks into the market clearly at a time when they're getting those stimulus checks in part because they're unemployed?
I think there's been a little bit of a shift in mindset, investing, and the ability to invest. I think now that the barriers are lower, allowing so many more young people to participate.
All right, so that's Vlad, and he's the CEO of Robinhood. And again, he's saying that the last time stimulus checks came out, people took their stimulus checks and invested them in stonks and obviously in crypto. So this could be really good for the crypto market. I think it's the end of the dollar. This is the demise of the dollar. This is like the very end when they're printing and printing and printing to try and stay afloat. But ultimately, I think this is the end of the dollar. And I think that we may get one more opportunity to buy Bitcoin. And that's when everyone gets frightened. The market will collapse. The crypto will go down with it. And that's probably your last chance to start buying Bitcoin. So today, yeah, National US Stimulus Day. It could also be good for Cardano. And that's because yesterday, of course, we heard the news that Cardano is getting listed on Coinbase Pro. We heard all of that, and then Charles came to us with a video. Fred, do we have that Charles video? Let's listen to Charles coming out there.
Hi, this is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Today is March 16th, 2021, and I'd like to be one of the first people to welcome Coinbase to the Cardano family. It's been a great relationship, and the team that we've worked with for Rosetta support, amongst other things, has been absolutely exemplary and professional. They asked tons of great questions, and they did some phenomenal work with us. And we learned a lot along the way, and they learned a little bit along the way as well. And I'm so happy to see that announcement today. It's been a long road. A lot of very hard work went into that. And it's the beginning, I believe, of a great relationship, which is going to extend throughout the years. Coinbase is one of the best exchanges in the world, one of the largest exchanges in the world for cryptocurrencies. We wish them well for their...
All right, John Brady, you just commented Cody. I'm going to give you 100 Cody. So Fred, get John Brady or John Brady. Give John Brady 100 Cody. Just a reminder, guys, we still have Cody. So we're going to be giving you guys a Cody just for being here, just for liking, just for subscribing, just for commenting. So that's Charles Hoskinson, and that was the announcement around Coinbase. Before I get into the announcement around Coinbase, I want to bring in one of our friends. We love this guy. I know you guys love this guy. If you love this guy, give him love by smashing the likes. Hello, my brother. How are you?
Yeah, good, man. How are you? It's been too long, dude. How are you, Dan? Man.
It's been 2 weeks, and it's been too long, my friend.
Dude, loving it. I'm chilling out in sunny old South Turkey where it's the bull market, so we're living the dream now. All these years of buying freaking Bitcoin, dude, it's coming. It's all going up.
I mean, that's amazing. Is that your real view? Is that really where you are? Is that
real, man? I'm in Kalkan, South Turkey. I was in another place called Kaz over down there, and that's what I look at every morning. Wake up, but it's what's the point in living in a country which is not going to be good in terms of regulation with cryptocurrency? So I'm fucking leaving, and I'm living in a country which is better. Why not? That's simple as that. The UK banned derivatives. Like America did a few years ago, and I didn't just move straight there. And I knew it was coming down the line. So what's the point in living in these countries, right? Get out.
Yeah, talking about the banning derivatives, India is coming up.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that ban. So guys, if any Indians are watching, tell your friends. We're going to be talking about that. We want to find a way to help you. All right, MDX, let's get into what you do best.
Yeah. Okay, so
a mustache. So let's.
I'll do a little bit on. Let me get my. Can you see my screen? And we'll click on that.
There we go. Add your screen.
So let me go on. I'll do a little bit on Bitcoin. Then I've got about 4 altcoins for you, dude. Today I've been really doing it.
Bitcoin, and I want you also to talk to me about the US equities market because I'm getting super nervous, super nervous.
I've said before on the channel. I said about 2 weeks ago. I think the only real thing which could really change Bitcoin's behavior will be the stock market and interesting stuff. You're talking about the 10-year the bonds as well. We'll go into that. But anyway. I think, guys, it's really simple right now. The level to get above for the bulls is going to be $57,500, guys. We had the top of the triangle here, the ascending pattern. We broke out. We called that on the channel, obviously. And I said that it's actually more important after the breakout. If you look at 20K, when we broke 20K, the more important part, so say this is $20,000 here, the more important part was when we actually got above it. Because if we had a fake out, it would have been like a more bearish signal. It would have been a failure of breaking 20K, and it probably would have flushed down with loads of fear. So right now we're in that kind of stage. You can see it in all the blimmin', Twitter and everything. Everyone's really fearful right now. Generally speaking, though, I do believe that long term, we're going to definitely go much higher on Bitcoin. Obviously, we know that the dollar's going to zero, but as of right now, guys, this is the level to get above for the bulls. It's $57,500. If we continue this kind of ascending pattern and break, then great. We're going to come up to 60K. And we'll have to get above this resistance zone again. We'll probably get resistance at around $60,000 on the nail. And then the bearish, right now we're on the level right now. I'm saying 55K. I'm saying below 55K, it's not looking great for the bulls. It's going to be good for the bears. I think we're looking at around $53,000, a little bit of support. And then I do believe that 50K will play out. And then I think it's likely we'll actually see the node. Let me just get the node up for you guys where the most volume is. It's going to be coming in around $47,000 around in here somewhere. Wait for it to load if it's going to come up. 1 second. You can probably see it coming there. So this is where all the volume is hitting, and the market makers and the market participants, the most liquidity gets tagged most of the time. So if we lose 55k and in the low here, I think it's very likely we come back down to 47,000. And then on the daily though, just want to mention, guys, all my community going crazy saying, oh my God, it's over. People saying it's like the bear market started. Guys, look, it's not a bear market. Like, we're still making higher lows, right, and higher highs, and we're increasing. Okay, we do have bearish divergence on the Stochastic RSI on the weekly, but overall, this is the level to hold, guys. If we go below the EMAs on the daily, we can see we've held it up twice. I'm only going to get we have to make a new low basically from 43 anyway to start actually creating some sort of bear market, cyclical bear market with the bull trend. But overall, guys, absolutely looking strong for the longer term stuff. But that's Bitcoin for you, bro. That's what I'm thinking.
The only thing that worries me, let's go to the US equity market and let's maybe go to the 10-year treasury note. I don't know if you're watching that, but I mean, that's the worrying thing for me.
You're seeing a lack of confidence, yeah. And I think that I said this on the channel a while ago. I shared a chart. I look at the S&P, obviously, in the main traditional markets. When we were doing this, guys, I was actually saying there was a descending pattern coming along here. When this did happen, Bitcoin did follow it. And you're right. When there's fear in the market, like Bitcoin, let's not lie, it still relies a lot on the animal instincts. It's still speculative on a probably you got to remember, when we went down to $3,400, that's because the stock market went down and because of COVID. So it can be really, really, influenced by that kind of stuff. And you're right. If the S&P, if the NASDAQ, if the UK stock market, the UK is not really that relevant anymore, but it's mainly America because obviously we know America is the biggest economy and China. But overall, I think you're right. I think if we do see a massive dump in the stock market and we come back down to some previous levels, this level is going to be significant. I think the node is coming along here as well. That was a huge area of consolidation sideways. The likelihood is we're probably going to come back to its previous high prices. And if that does happen, I don't think it's because the stock market. I think this is why it will happen, right? Because I think the stock market is acting like Bitcoin. People say, oh, Bitcoin's following the stock market, but I think it's the other way around. I think actually what stonks are actually acting like at the moment is store of value. It's just a worse version of Bitcoin because people are using it as a safe haven because they're putting their stimulus checks in. We all know that everyone's like, screw this, pump up freaking GME and all these stocks, right, in Robinhood. But I think
that is so smart. That's exactly the Michael Saylor thesis, that people are using the stock market as a store of value. And that's why the stock market's actually repriced. And actually, the stock market hasn't repriced. It's the dollar that has depreciated so much because they printed so many dollars. And I said this. I think that this is the last leg in the demise of the dollar. Yeah. Make it one more leg down of Bitcoin. And when that happens, you have to go all in. It's like your last chance to go all in.
It can't not be the demise of the dollar. Every single fiat currency in history has gone to zero. So it hasn't got a very good track record. Also, you can't just print trillions of dollars and not expect people to get fucking scared. Like, guys, you're scaring the world. And what the end goal of it is, if you look at history, any empire which has massive government which end up debasing their currency, it goes to zero. Human beings will always make a mistake. We'll always take the easy option. So it can't not fail. It's going to fail in our lifetimes. If not the next 5 years, 10 years. So yeah, all these things. And the thing is, what's going to scare people is even the S&P is going to go to the moon. Even Bitcoin's going to go to the moon. All of these charts, like if you think the stock market is showing a representation of the economy, look at the Venezuelan stock market. It went to the moon. So if you look at the Venezuelan stock market, you're like, oh, well, the economy's doing well. No, look at it. It went to the fucking moon, but it's trash because the currency's crashed. So that's what's going to happen to all these things. It's going to confuse so many people. The S&P is going to go to the moon. Bitcoin's going to go to the moon. Gold's going to go to the moon. Everything's going to be like that in a direct upwards. But it's just because the dollar's destroyed, basically.
And altcoins are going to go to the moon, right? I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
You've been watching market cap of alts excluding, or total market cap excluding Bitcoin. Do you watch that? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, of course. I'll go through some alts today. Of course, dude. On total too. Yeah, so I'm looking at right now. It's an absolute parabola. And you got to remember as well, like over the long term, Bitcoin, let me go back on wax. Like I got a good altcoin for you. But over the long term, Bitcoin's dominance is generally going to fall because the cryptocurrency space isn't just going to be money. Like look at the traditional world, right? You got derivatives, you got freaking, you got every single other industry, real estate, you got freaking obviously the stock market, and then you've got gold. Gold's only a small 10 trillion out the big basket. That's the same what's going to happen to the cryptocurrency blockchain market. No, Bitcoin's the money, and then there's going to be a whole industry built on the back of that. So the market dominance of Bitcoin will fall, and there's going to be these crazy altcoins. But the ones I'm looking at, these are ones I've already. Okay, look, I've got one or two which I've already called, but I've got some which I'm thinking are going to do really well right now.
Let's get some new calls. Come on, let's do it.
Okay, well, Wax, guys, Wax, I think actually right now, even though it's had a massive pump, I called it on my MDX premium service. I called it when we did the double buy. Wax is probably going to keep going to the freaking moon, guys. On Crypto Slam, you can see that Wax is an NFT project, obviously. Wax is a blockchain which uses EOS software, but William Quigley actually founded it.
What's the price of Wax? I'm going to tell you a very sad story about Wax in a second.
Let's have a look. It's 32 cents, but look, at the end of the day, dude, all these NFTs. Go on, say what you're going to say. I
bought Wax at the pre-sale. I paid like somewhere around 7 cents. I held Wax till the beginning of this year, and it got to 3.5 cents. And eventually, I said, "Look, I'm breaking up with Wax." I sold my Wax at 3.5 cents, and then the NFT buzz came, and Wax
look at this. Yeah, like I can't see Wax not. The thing about Wax, right? It's free transactions and instant. So that means that, NFTs on Ethereum will live on Ethereum as an ERC20, but they need to be scalable. So I could see Wax being a second layer solution for NFTs for Ethereum as well. William Quigley's the founder, and he built Tether with block prayers. So he gets this space, and it's the worldwide asset exchange. They've already got a massive thing called Opskins, which is doing like millions and millions of dollars of volume every day for Opskins, which is tradable assets. So I'm the same as you, though. I got a little bit cold feet with Wax for a long time. I've known the team for a long time. But now this is just for me, even take out all that stuff. This is a great chart. It just broke. It's a bullish deviation of its previous two high prices. I can hardly see anything. The sun's in my eyes, but you can see that it's a great chart. I'm going to be buying the dips on this. It will probably come and retest its previous high price, which will be around here and here.
So Wax. NFT token. We got Wax. Let's get on to the next one.
Yo, this is basically purely to make money, guys. Like there's like three different tiers. Long-term holds. Then there's the ones you kind of like. You might hold a little hollow stack. And then there's ones which are dog shit, which you just want to get in and out and make loads of money. So this one here, Radian Network Token. This has been kicking off on Twitter and everything. I've got like my network of people who will talk about coins, but I can't see it.
What is it called?
This is RDN, Radian Network Token. I can't actually see it. So this one here is really looking like this one could explode, because you're seeing it very, very visual on the chart, right? It's bottomed out. There's no fucking sellers left. It's done. It went to zero. So now you're seeing here that it's actually broken these two levels here. That's one bullish deviation. This level's now smashed all the way up to there with a wick. So I'm going to be buying all the dips on this. The levels to look for, I think it's going to do $2.50 quite quickly, guys. It's going to look like Wax. Look at the Wax chart. It's the same thing, but this is actually like even micro cap on Binance. So $2.50 first target. And then 460 next ones. It's just going to flush up, I think. So that's a good one to look at. Also, guys, Alpha. My community love this. Loads of people in my community have been chatting about this. This is how I actually found this token. And I didn't even get in on this at the beginning pump. But look, guys, this is actually looking quite good alpha right now. Let me see if I can see my screen. Descending pattern. It's a breakout, double buy signal. It's found support here twice. It's literally, it did a golden retrace on the Fibonacci as well from its high. So, looks pretty darn good to me. You've got 3 or 4. It's rounding off. You can see it very visually. Broken the trend line. First target, $2.30 all the way up. And now I think this actually has potential to go much higher if you do some Fibonacci extensions. I think this thing could do some bits because there's so much hype around this shit. I don't even know what it is, but everyone's talking about it. So that's simple. You know what I mean? Like everyone's talking about it. This is a bull market, bro. Like I remember when Rayblocks, it used to be called Rayblocks. It's called Nano now. I bought like $2,000 of that, and it turned to $70,000 in 3 days. I was like, "This is what we're back at that stage again, where it's just like mental. It doesn't matter about the fundamentals really." But
we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that today. Let's look at Cardano. Are you watching Cardano?
Let me mention one other thing, Ran. Two secs, guys. Ultra.io. I've been talking about this for a long time. Buy all the fucking dips. I promise you that right now. Mark Cuban's buying this right now. Mark Cuban's wallets. He's been accumulating UOS tokens on the Ultra.io platform. Guys, Mark Cuban's probably got a team right now scouring the freaking hills for all of the best altcoins. He's not just throwing money into ones which aren't good. Ultra.io, guys, I've been calling it from the very beginning. I own a fucking massive bag. Full disclaimer, I don't care, but I love this project. I love it for the right reasons. They're a great team. Mark Cuban's buying it now, so definitely check it out. And then the last one, I'll have a look at Adder for you. Adder's looks really good, actually. This one as well. I don't actually have an investment in this, but my community's banging on about it. It's similar to the one I think you were talking about, Ran. Terra.
It's an NFT project. These guys have been working hard for many years, since 2017. They've got they've got more NFT rights than any other project.
And Pokemon, apparently they're going to get Pokemon. Apparently,
yes,
I don't know if it's 100%, but that's what I've heard a lot about.
So I'm looking here. Someone actually texted me earlier with all the rights. Hold on a second. Let me have a look. Someone sent me. Okay, so these are the rights that the guys have. They have CBS Star Trek. They got Cartoon Network. They've got Warner Brothers Collectibles. They've got Joker, Superman, Batman. They got the NFL, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Ultra, Ghostbusters, Fast and Furious. These are all the rights that these guys already have. So yeah, this is
and look at the exchange it's on. Like this is harder to find than a needle in a haystack. It's like harder than that. It's on BitMax and Bitforex. Like I don't even know what they are. Like guys, this is a crazy micro cap.
I must say, I haven't seen this project for a long time, but now that I see this project, I would look at this project very seriously. I'm looking
at this one, as well. I haven't even got anything. I haven't bought any. I don't have BitMax. I don't have Bitforex. So, if it comes on Uniswap, which it's saying it's going to come out in 7 days, Uniswap's got that kind of thing where it's, you kind of, it pumps at the beginning, then sells off. So I think maybe a few days after the Uniswap listing might be a good time to look at it.
What I'll do is I'm going to get the guys from Ecomi onto our show. Try get them first tomorrow. If not tomorrow,
it's my community as well, guys. My community, like if you're an MDX Premium or anything in my community, you guys brought it to me. So it's just the power of community, man. I would never have found that if it wasn't for those guys. So respect to those guys in the community. But let's have a look at Ada. Ada's had an absolute beam. So yeah, this is the trend line. It's broken. It's smashed. So let me just try and get up. Okay, we're on a decent time frame. We're on the hourly, right? So let me get my little freaking. I can't see an actual thing, bro. I'm in the sun. Okay, yo. So above the node, the most area of volume you can see here, very, very visually, all the sellers got exhausted on this previous high price, probably back here. And then you can see very, very nicely, as soon as we broke that kind of sloping trend line, double buy signal, this is basically a momentum indicator. It's probably going to have a pullback. It'll probably come back down to these levels here, maybe even tag the node at worst. But I really can't see this not continue at least to its previous highs, like 130 up to the top. And then, Ada's got that Coinbase listing, is it now? And we've seen, back in the day, maybe in the bear market, that wouldn't mean anything. We knew that didn't mean anything for a long time. But right now, it does mean something. Whatever the market's going to value that at, it could be explosive because everyone's got a Coinbase account. It's Coinbase, right? They're getting listed on, is it? Or Coinbase Pro?
Starting with Coinbase Pro, and then usually what happens is they go from Coinbase Pro and they go to Coinbase. All right, my friend. Wow. That is amazing. More amazing is actually your view. I'm super envious. I get to look at Fred.
Wait, where am I? I might get it back. Yeah, there we go. Yo, I'll take. Okay.
Stop right, man.
Yeah, dude, great to have me. Dude, you're a legend, man. I love coming on, dude. Your show. I love your new music. It's all like hustler, we're doing the altcoins. I'm loving it. I want to get up and dance. I love this shit, bro.
Fred, share MDX's YouTube channel and Twitter in the YouTube description. Got to give the man some love. Thank you, my friend. Have an awesome day. Trade well.
Yeah, you too, man. Have a good day. Cheers, bro.
I love getting the guy on. I mean, he's always got so much energy. The last time he was on the show, I don't know if you remember, but a beautiful girl was in the background. It looked like they had just both woken up to be on the show. All right, let's carry on. So we spoke about giving away some Coty. We spoke about the Cardano listing. What should we do first? I know what we can do first. We have got Polat Atis. If you have liked this video, Fred, let's check if on the subscribe, if Polat Atis is a subscriber, and if he has liked the video, give the man 100 Cardano. And I see that we're still under 1,000 likes. Guess that people don't like our show, Freddie. Maybe you'll like the next part. Maybe you'll love this next part. In fact, I'm sure you'll love this next part. And that's because we're going to be looking at my price target on Cardano. And I'm going to explain to you why. So yesterday, we got the news of Cardano listing on Coinbase. If you've been watching our show, probably no real surprise to you. Like we said it. We kind of told you many times. We said Cardano is going to be listing on Coinbase. We expected this in February. Charles told us it was going to happen in February. He hinted to us it's going to happen in February. And it happened, 2 or 3 weeks later. And if you look at what happened there, it depicts exactly the life of Cardano. And it depicts the personality of Charles as a person. Charles always delivers. Whatever he says, whatever he has said since the beginning, he is one of those people that every single thing that Charles has said, he has actually delivered. Now, usually, he misses the deadline. Usually they promise things and they miss the deadline, but they always deliver. And we need to respect that, because many projects in blockchain don't deliver. They deliver, but they just don't deliver exactly on schedule. Their approach is much more a fundamental approach of doing more research, testing things more thoroughly, and then launching. And when they launch, their launches are flawless. Have you ever heard of anyone complaining about any feature of Cardano? I mean, Ethereum, people complain about all the time. It's ditzy, it's broken, the gas fees. Cardano, when they launch something, it takes a long time, but when they launch, it actually works. And you'll remember that they did the Merry fork the other day, which allowed for native assets on the Cardano blockchain. Let's see what's going on that Cardano blockchain. So let me quickly share my screen with you guys. Remember, there is a website that you can go to. It's called Cardano Assets, and let's look at it. So there's a lot of clues here. So the first thing is that you can see is that just 2 weeks after the launch of the Cardano assets, or the Merry hard fork, there are 883 assets on the Cardano blockchain. I said that to you before. And if you dig in, what you can see is that there's a whole lot of test NFTs, Cardano test NFT 1, 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. So you can see that the next wave of NFTs is definitely coming to Cardano. Why? Because no gas fees, or very, very, very low gas fees. NFTs are the biggest weapon for crypto adoption. The biggest weapon for crypto adoption are NFTs. And the biggest killer of crypto adoption through NFTs is the Ethereum gas fees. And yes, projects are going on to layer 2, but now I think people are going to start launching smart contract or NFTs on Cardano. And that's a game changer. I also think NFTs on Binance Chain is another game changer. What else? So the other thing that they have done very successfully is the migration of ERC20 tokens onto the Cardano blockchain. That's become a simple bridge. So developers who want to migrate their projects from Ethereum to Cardano can now not only effectively copy and paste the code, that's how simple it is, but they can also just migrate their tokens. And there's a lot of projects that are busy building on Cardano. The next thing that they've done is we've got all these assets, we've got NFTs, we've got the Coinbase listing, and then look at this. I want to show you this. So Charles keeps talking about birds, like the bird in the air. The bird is the African project, and I think that there's an African country. Is it Uganda? Fred, does Uganda have a bird on their flag? Fred has no idea. No. Fred, do you have Google? Yeah, Uganda does have a bird on their flag. So is Charles actually doing a deal with Uganda? Let's see. I want to show you this. This is, I love these things with Charles. Let's quickly look at it. Let's share the screen, and I want to show you this tweet from our friend Charles. I'm actually trying to get Charles on the show. He confirmed for Friday, but he confirmed for the wrong time. And if you look at his Twitter, he says, this is after the Coinbase listing, and he writes, the moment when you realize that there still are birds in the air. And I think what he's insinuating is that there's still a lot to come. So Coinbase wasn't the be-all and end-all. It was just one of many things. I must say, I am an African. I grew up in Africa. I've worked a lot in Africa. And I was pretty skeptical as to whether anybody would be able to do deals with African governments around adoption, because African governments are corrupt. They're very difficult to work with. It's Africa. And I actually think that Charles may pull something like this off. And so that brings me to my Cardano price target. And if you saw the show Tile, the tile on YouTube, let's call that Tile up on YouTube. So if you saw my show Tile, I said I've got new price targets for you. And my price target on Cardano is $7. Yeah, you heard right. $7 for Cardano, even though Cardano has gone from 5 cents or 3 cents all the way up to $1 or $1.20 or whatever it is now. I actually think Cardano has still got a 7x. Now, I know that you're probably thinking, how can I, with a good conscience, still call a 7x from here when the token has come from 5 cents? How can I still say that Cardano is going to go up by another 5x or 6x from here? And that's the big thing that I want to talk to you guys about today. So the biggest issue that we have is that the human brain thinks linearly. The human brain can't think exponentially. It just isn't programmed to think exponentially. If you want to learn to think exponentially, you really, really, really have to train your brain to do that. The human brain understands addition. Like you can go up and you can go up and you can go up. So when you look at something like the stock market, the human brain can understand how the stock market can grow at 10% a year. What the human brain doesn't understand is disruption or exponential growth. The human brain just can't process it. So when we call up a parabola chart, let's look at the Cardano chart again. Freddie's driving all the charts there. Let's look at that. The human brain can only understand the gradual growth or slight changes in an industry. The human brain can't process the full effects of disruption. It's just not programmed to do that. I'll give you an example. If you were alive when there was no electricity, and we were still using coal and fires to power everything, you could never understand the effects that electricity would have on the world. It starts off with lights, it then becomes electrical trains, it then goes into social media and computers, and that's the effect that a disruptor technology has on the world. And unfortunately, the human brain can't process that kind of growth. The human brain can't process parabolas. And what we're seeing now with blockchain is we're seeing a disruptive technology. Just like electricity disrupted the coal or the world before electricity, we're seeing exactly the same thing now. We're seeing the same way that mobile phones disrupted landlines. We're seeing exactly that. And so our brains struggle to process the effect of a disruption. Disruption charts are always parabolas. Let's look at a few industries. So let's look at Amazon. I think you'll all agree that Amazon is a disruptor. Let's look at what their chart looks like. First, people get used to it, and that's the flat part. Then it starts to grow, and then it goes absolutely exponential. And when it goes absolutely exponential, the naysayers always say that it's overpriced. The people that are buying it are people that can actually wrap their head around exponential disruption. And so for them, it's not such a surprise. But for the people who don't understand it, for the people who can only think linearly, they think that things have to go up in a straight and gradual line. And they simply can't process it in their brains. I think the best example in the world of this is Tesla. When you look at the Tesla chart, Tesla is the ultimate disruptor, because Tesla is not only disrupting motor vehicles, Tesla is also disrupting energy. And in fact, since we have a bit more time today, I want to actually tell you a little story about Tesla. So I went to Harvard Business School, and one of the case studies in Harvard Business School was around Elon Musk and him taking over Tesla from the two original founders. And the question in the Harvard case study is, who is the first? Elon Musk walks into Tesla. He's now adopted this car company that he's invested over $20 or $40 million in, and he's there alone, and he's forced out the other two guys because they weren't delivering. And he now walks in and he has to make his first hire. And the question is, who does Elon Musk hire as the first person with the mission of launching an electric car? Because that's what Tesla's mission was. It was to launch an electric car. So I wonder if you guys know, if you were Elon Musk, you walk into a company, it's just you, who is the first person you would hire? Would it be an engineer? Would it be a car engineer? So the question is, who's the person and which company would they have come from? Let's have a look at the comments. Fred, who would you hire if you were Elon Musk and you walked into Tesla? Who would you hire? Fred says he'd hire Barry Silbert from Grayscale. This was when Tesla started, dude. Most people say the first person I'd hire is a motor engineer. And the answer is no, don't hire a motor engineer. Because if a motor engineer from Mercedes or one of the other car companies could have disrupted motor vehicles, they would have done it ages ago. So the first person that Elon Musk hires is, not surprisingly, an HR manager, human resource manager. And where does he hire this person from? He hires a human resources manager from one of the big tech companies. I think he even hired the human resources person from Google. And the reason why I did that was because he said the industry that is going to disrupt cars and energy is actually software. And if you want to hire the best software people, you need to have the best software HR person in the world. And so what I'm trying to show you guys is that when you're talking about disruption, most people don't understand it, but some do. And those that do believe in the parabola. And if you believe in the parabola, you know that the parabola won't end for a long time. Let's call up that Tesla chart again. How many times have people said that Tesla is overvalued? How many people have said that you have to short Tesla? And yet the graph keeps going up and up and up and up. There are two reasons why this is happening. And this is really the big takeout for you guys. The two reasons why this is happening is, one, this is a disruptive technology. And as human beings, we can't even fathom the effect that Tesla's progress is going to have on the world. And that is what investors are backing. And that parabola can go up for a long, long, long time, just like the Amazon parabola. The Amazon parabola has, let's call up that chart, Fred. But that Amazon parabola has been parabolic for, 2008. Am I reading it right? It's very small. Yeah, from 2008. Amazon has been parabolic for 13 years. And that's because we cannot envisage, we cannot in our minds understand the effect that Amazon is going to have on the world and is having on the world and even beyond the world, because they're talking about going to Mars and whatever else. And the same thing with Tesla. And so we're back, let's bring it back to blockchain. We know that blockchain is disrupting, and we know who the disruptors are in blockchain, but we don't know we can't even imagine what this disruption is going to lead to. And this is the biggest mistake that most of you are going to make. You're going to think linearly. And if you think linearly, then you're going to keep taking profits along the way, because you won't believe the value of what you can achieve, of what these disruptors can achieve. And so the biggest lesson, the biggest secret that I've got, the way that I've made the most money is backing the winners with conviction and not setting all these stop losses or taking profits along the way. Once I've taken back my money and taken back some profit, I stay invested in the guys and I watch them disrupt. Now, a big example for me of that is my investment in Luna. Let's call up the chart. So I invested in Luna in 2017 in the ICO. And you can see that the chart has been flat. It was flat for 4 years. For 4 years, I waited and I waited and I waited. And today, Luna are disrupting payments. You can't deny that today they are the most disruptive player in the payments world. This is the blockchain bet that I've taken on payments, and you can see that it's paying off. And so today I want to set a new price target for Luna. I said to you guys that I thought Luna was going to hit $20. I said it, and I'm saying to you guys that I actually have a higher price target now. And my higher price target is actually double what the market cap is. So why do I say that the market cap is double in the short term? And when I say short term, next 3 months, maybe 6 months, Luna doubles. First of all, this team is delivering. They are launching Anchor protocol tomorrow, which is a high yield DeFi protocol. So that's happening tomorrow. They launched Mirror protocol, which is a synthetic asset protocol. And they're doing this to create adoption of their Luna stablecoins. Now, so why did I say that it's going to double? Well, let's look. Let me share my screen with you guys and show you what my thinking is. I look at the top market cap coins today. And I look at Litecoin. And I say that Litecoin, which is not really being used as a payments mechanism, it's not exactly a store of value, has a market cap of $13 billion. And I look at XRP. XRP is not being used today, and it's not a store of value, and it's involved in legislation, and it has a market cap of $21 billion. And then I go down to Terra, which is the Luna parent company, and it's at $7.6 billion. So for me, this has to at least double. It's got to be at least above Litecoin for things to equal fair value. And so for me, yeah, look for the dips. And I think there will be a dip because the guys have just announced their Anchor protocol, which is a huge protocol, and people are taking profits. But this is one that I think that you can buy and you can hold forever. This is my golden nugget for you guys. If you find these winners, these disruptors, these Amazons, the future Teslas, the future Googles, if you can't change your mindset to not think linearly, you're going to take profits and you're going to miss out on the biggest gains of your life. You got to have diamond hands. When the markets collapsed like they did in 2017, I held onto my Luna. I didn't sell a single one. In fact, I bought. The same thing with Arweave. I did the same thing with Arweave. I invested in the pre-sale. Nothing happened until 2021. And now in 2021, I'm starting to reap the first part of my returns. Fred, go back to the Amazon chart. If we look at the Amazon chart, this little blip over here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the first little blip in 2014, I think that's where we are now when you talk about blockchain disruption. So the biggest nugget of advice that I can give you guys is what a good friend of mine who's a trader says. And he says, you must make sure that you don't cut the roses to water the weeds. And I see that a lot with my community. I see them jumping from winners into speculations. That's maybe fun. It may get your adrenaline rush going. But I've never made more money than backing my winners and hodling and looking for the ones with network effect and hodling. And that's what I wanted to get through to you guys. That's my single biggest lesson in my entire trading in blockchain is to not cut the roses to water the weeds, to hold on to those roses, and to make sure that we hold them forever. So do your research, or let me do the research for you and share it with you every single day on Banter. And all you need to do is smash the like. And then hold the winners. Go in with conviction. When the price doubles, take your initial money out, and then you're playing with the casino's money. And let your winners run. The biggest mistake you can make is not letting your winners run and culling them so that you can back the weeds and you can back the losers. And that's me for today. I'm Crypto Man Run. Signing out for today, guys. If you, in fact, I've got Lizzie May. Lizzie May, you can have 100 Coty. Fred, let's give Lizzie May 100 Coty. Banter bags, don't forget, we're starting to invest the Banter bags tomorrow, guys. We are going to bring you an amazing show. I have a founder call. It just so worked out that I have a founder call at the same time as the show. So without telling the founder, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to include you guys on the call. And you're going to listen to how I evaluate projects, the questions that I ask. You're going to see how the founders respond. It should be a super fun call. At the end of the show, we'll tell the founder that it's actually been live. And hopefully, you guys will tell me whether we should invest or not. So I'm Crypto Man Run, signing out. Remember, if you want to be part of Banter Bags, share, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Should we give away some more Coty, Freddie? Oh, come on, Fred. Come on, Fred. Please, Fred. Guys, if you want Fred to give it, just comment and say, Fred, please give us some Coty. He's holding them. He's hoarding them. Come on, Fred. Come on, Fred. Okay, Fred says tomorrow. Tomorrow it is, guys. I'm not the boss here. Fred's the boss here. So I'll see you again. Same time, same place tomorrow. Big show. Not only am I going to have the founder call, but I've got a whole lot of surprises up my sleeve. And then remember, Friday is Banter Day. So I'll see you again tomorrow. If you are trading, trade well, my friends. Watch out. Jerome Powell is coming on today. When he comes on, watch out for that warning chart. Watch out for this warning chart. Watch out for that treasury yield chart. Oh, actually, one more thing, Fred. Fred's telling me. If you want me to make a special video around how to farm BSC tools, beginner's guide, like how to connect your wallet, how to farm BSC tools, how to make a 5,000% APY, which is a 5,000% return, let me know in the comments, and we'll come to you with a video on how to farm, how to farm tokens. Most of you don't know how to do it. I'll walk you through it. I'll literally walk you through it step by step, connecting a wallet, adding liquidity, harvesting your rewards. And I mean, farming's hard work, guys. It really is hard work. You'll see later. I'm Crypto Manran. I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place, 10 a.m. EST.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are